Welcome to the WGN Radio Theatre, program 470 in the series. It's May 23rd, 2020. I'm your host, Carl Amari. Right across the console from me is the lovely Lisa Wolf. What's up, Lisa?
Hi, Carl. How are you?
We have a lot of classic radio shows all the way till 3 o'clock in the morning. We have suspense to start things off. Then it's The Life of Riley, Crime and Peter Chambers, The Story of Dr. Kildare, You Bet Your Life, The Jack Benny Program, The Screen Directors Playhouse, and Guest Star. Do you believe we're going to get all those shows in before 3 o'clock?
Well, good thing we have listeners who love classic radio because we are chock full of classic radio this evening.
And you know what? I am honored to have joined the board of directors of the Museum of Broadcast Communications right here in Chicago. And we have a very special membership drive right now. If you go to museum.tv, you will see that there is 70 classic radio shows that are yours via digital download when you join the museum. It's only $49 a year. You get 70 classic radio shows and all kinds of other benefits.
Well, of course, you're supporting the Museum of Broadcast Communications, and that's a great thing to do in and of itself. But with that membership, not only do you get the classic radio show downloads, you get free unlimited museum admission, free exhibition previews, you get a monthly newsletter, you get a discount at the museum store, and invitations to annual member events.
Go to museum.tv and check it all out. Join the Museum of Broadcast Communications. Let's take a quick break, and then it's suspense. Hour one of the WGN Radio Theatre. Lisa Wolf and I are here every Saturday night from 10 p.m. until 3 o'clock in the morning, bringing you now 8 classic radio shows each and every week, all your favorite shows. And we're going to start things off with suspense. This was radio's greatest mystery series. Came to CBS Radio in 1942, lasted all the way until 1962. It was billed as radio's outstanding theater of thrills. And Hollywood's biggest names starred in these broadcasts. And for a while, it had a host known as the Man in Black, played by Joseph Kearns. It aired for 20 years, nearly 1,000 broadcasts, and made a very successful transition to television beginning in 1949. We have a June 1st, 1953 broadcast now called A Vision of Death, starring Ronald Colman. Here is suspense.
Autolite and its 98,000 dealers bring you Mr. Ronald Colman in tonight's presentation of Suspense.
Tonight, Autolite brings you the story of a mind reader who discovers his nightclub act is not a fake. A Vision of Death. Our star, Mr. Ronald Colman. And now, Autolite presents A Vision of Death, starring Mr. Ronald Colman, hoping once again to keep you in suspense.
If I speak too rapidly for your stenographer, you'll tell me, won't you, Lieutenant? No offense, but, he impresses me as someone who has to sit on the floor to put on his shoes. And stop me if I seem to wander away from the point, won't you? I mean to say, this is my first and, I hope, final appearance in a police precinct, and I should hate to give a sloppy performance. We were always known, Aurora and I, for the smoothness and gem-like precision of our act. As far as this murder rap, I suppose it's called, is concerned, an acquaintance with our act is the essential rabbit. Awfully good act. Smart, informal, occasionally humorous, and always mystifying. Well, the act always began with music, never with the cliché fanfare of trumpets or roll of drums. I would saunter out to the center of the floor and say something like, "Good evening. You are about to witness an exhibition of mental telepathy. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Aurora, my wife?" They never failed to give her a hand. What would they applaud? Why, the vision she presented as she came toward me. There has never been anyone as lovely as Aurora, the most beautiful flesh in the profession. Now, Aurora, would you care to tell the audience, or shall I?
You tell them, Judd, while I tie the blindfold across my eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, all mind readers employ a gimmick. A gimmick is a trick, a device. For example, when the mind reader, threading his way through the audience, says to the mind reader sitting blindfolded on the stage, "A lady has given me a small object which I now hold in my hand. What is it?" And the mind reader sitting blindfolded replies, "A silver coin." The answer has not come through mind reading. No, it has come through the gimmick. A cue or signal communicated through the very question itself.
But we don't do that.
We do not. You will notice, ladies and gentlemen, that I never speak to Aurora at all. Now, are you ready, Rory?
Ready, Judd?
Here we go, then. Now, you, sir, you have something? Good. Concentrate upon it like a good chap. And
the
you,
gentleman holds a coin in his hand. It's a Mexican peso bearing the date 1892.
Oh, that's very clever of you, madam. I'll be surprised if she gets this one.
The
now, how about
lady
you?
holds in her hand her other hand.
Yep, a sucker once born remains a sucker till death. The audience never realized, never in all the years we worked, that although I was not speaking to Aurora directly, my chatter nevertheless was loaded with signals and cues for her guidance. By revealing the gimmick, we concealed the gimmick, and that, Lieutenant, is the ne plus ultra of gimmicks. Yes, it was as crude as that. But it enabled us to work 50 weeks a year, here and abroad, at an average of over 1,000 a week. Of course, I always gave some credit for our success to our agent, Harry Arnold, although Rory was inclined to give him no credit at all.
Good news, Judd. I've managed to book the act into the College Inn in Chicago with a 4-week guarantee. That's not bad, huh?
Get him. He managed to book the act. I suppose they never heard of us in Chicago. I suppose we weren't held over there 6 weeks when we played the Sans-Souci in 1948.
Well, you think it's easy to get a 4-week guarantee these days? Money is short. Money is tight.
I have never yet heard you say money is long, money is loose. You have to sweat for your 10%, don't you? Yes, you do. In a pig's ear, you do. Agents, they're all alike.
There's gratitude for you. There's the milk of human memory. What were you when I first saw you? Nothing, not this much. Playing 10 a day under canvas in Monash, Wisconsin, and paid off in bottle tops. I worked, I schemed, I sweated.
Agents, all of them. All they know is how to live off a dead whale. Scum of the earth.
I'm not going to take that from you, you hear me?
You'll take it, baby, along with the 10%. You'll take it, you'll chew it, you'll swallow it, and you'll keep it down. How do you like that?
I'm warning you, kid. Don't push me too far. Don't push me.
Children. Now, on your way, Harry, and don't let it get you down. I think a 4-week guarantee is pretty good.
Thanks, Judd. If it wasn't for you, I'd... why go into it? I'm going for a walk.
But aside from these altercations between Rory and Harry, it was smooth sailing. We wore the best, ate the best, drank the best, stayed at the finest hotels. And every Saturday night after the performance, Harry would bring us our salary. He'd bring it in cash. 1,000, 1,250, 1,500. I've the old performer's distrust of checks. Been given too many with a high latex content. Anyway, life couldn't have been more placid. And then, one evening, about 5 weeks ago, soon after we opened at the Grove here in town, a frightening thing occurred. We'd just begun the act, and I was out in the audience. You will notice, ladies and gentlemen, that I never speak to Aurora at all. Now, are you ready, Rory?
Ready, Judd?
Here we go, then. Now, you, madam.
The lady
you have
holds in her hand a compact. It is platinum. It bears her initials, R.C.
You, sir.
The gentleman is holding an engagement ring. In it are 3 small diamonds.
Miss, what would you...
The young lady The young lady is holding... It's a small cameo brooch.
Rory! Rory! Maurice, music! I picked Rory up from the floor and hurried with her to our dressing room, almost beside myself with anxiety. I placed her on the couch, dampened a towel, and put it on her forehead and began to chafe her wrists. Rory, honey, Rory.
Judd.
I'm here, Rory. Are you all right?
I guess so. I don't know what happened.
Well, you fainted away. Try to remember what happened.
I felt funny. I don't remember.
No, try, Rory, try. Try to remember. It's important.
I can't. Why is it important?
You don't know? Rory, you don't know? You were calling out the answers before I even had a chance to give you the cues. Do you believe in telepathy, Lieutenant? I don't mean the sort of thing Rory and I usually did. I mean real telepathy. I never did either until that night. I don't mind telling you I was badly shaken. I mean, after all, I knew we'd been using a gimmick, and suddenly it began to happen without the gimmick. Scared us to death. We didn't know what we were getting into, but we went on with the act. And in my mind, I began to search about for the answer. I found it, of course. You'll find a gimmick in almost everything, if you look hard enough. I've got it, Rory. We worked together so long that you know what I'm about to say before I say it. From my inflection, my pauses, even my movements. You see?
Oh, Judd, that has to be it.
Oh, this is marvelous. When Harry gets back, I'll tell him about it.
And if I last till tomorrow, he can ask the management for more dough.
As soon as he gets back, next Thursday.
Tonight. How much more should we ask for?
Tonight? What made you say tonight?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you were there when he told me he'd be in Palm Springs till Thursday. What made you say tonight?
I don't know. What difference does it make? Stop picking on me. So I made a mistake, so what?
I don't see how you can make such a mistake, that's all.
Oh, Judd, leave me alone. I've been worried half crazy about really being able to read your mind. I've been under a strain. So Harry's coming back Thursday and not tonight. All right, are you satisfied? He'll be here Thursday, not tonight.
You Justin Stone, mister? This dressing room, eh?
Yeah, what is it?
Telegram. Sign here.
Sign for it, will you, Rory?
There you are, kid. Judd, I'm sorry I blew up in your face. Judd, what's the matter?
It's from Harry. He's coming in tonight. And he did, too, Lieutenant. Rory was so upset by it she couldn't go on at all that evening. She had no explanation for how she knew, none whatsoever.
I don't know, Judd. I just don't know. My mind seemed to go blank. I seemed to hear a voice whisper in my ear, Harry Arnold will be with you tonight. That's all.
When we got back to our suite at the hotel, Harry was there, waiting for us.
Oh, what happened? Well, what happened? You both look like ghosts.
Look, Harry, I'll tell you some other time. Leave us alone, will you?
All right, I'm going. I just came to wish you a happy birthday and to give you this.
Birthday? Oh, thanks, Harry. Thanks. What is it?
Well, open it, why don't you?
It's a bathrobe. A red silk bathrobe. With your initials.
That's right, it's a red... How does she know? How do you know?
Get out of here! Get out of here! Judd, make him get out of here!
I won't be talked to like that. I don't care who she is. I won't be talked to like that.
Harry, shut up. For heaven's sake, shut up and go away. Leave us alone. Go. Get out. Get out.
You too, Judd? She's got you talking against me, too? All right, I'm going. I'm going, but from here on in, it's strictly business between us. I wash my hands.
He kept his word, Lieutenant. From that time on, he kept himself to himself. And I was prepared to let it go at that, much as I liked Harry. Until the night I was awakened by Rory, moaning in her sleep.
No. No, please, no. No.
Rory, wake up. You're having a bad dream, Rory.
No.